Good morning, everyone. How are all of you today? Today we will be starting a new block, okay, that is the magic spell. Okay, so before we start and we go forward, let me ask you some questions, okay? So, how many of you know what is a magic spell? I'm sure most of you know what is a magic spell, okay? And when you look at this picture, okay, what do you think the story is going to be about? Okay, what do you think the story is going to be about? Okay, and who are the people usually who use magic spells? So if you have those answers in your mind, let's go and see if what you have taught is the same what I have taught. So now, a magic spell, okay, I asked you the question, what is a magic spell? So over here, we come to know that a magic spell is a combination of words that are believed to have magical powers, okay? So a magic spell is a combination of words that are believed to have magical powers. For example, you can see this witch over here who is making a magic potion, okay? She is making a spell, and you can see the magic words are eye of a newt, toe of a frog, wool of a bat, tongue of a dog, and a touch of pumpkin spice. Okay, so these are the ingredients, okay, and there will be some magic words, okay, and once she says those magic words, this potion will become magical, and whoever drinks it, okay, will get what they want. She could turn you maybe into a rat, okay? So this is magical powers, okay? Now, who are the people usually who deal with magic? We have already read, okay, in storybooks, we have watched movies and cartoons where we see magical creatures like witches, wizards, and also fairies, okay? I've not put a picture of fairies over here, but you all know what are fairies, okay? So these magical creatures or imaginative creatures, okay, these are the ones who have magical powers, okay? Now once we read the title of the story, we come to know that the story will be about a magic spell. We automatically assume that the story will be about a magic spell, okay, or it will have something related to magic. Let's go ahead and see if our guesswork is true. Now, looking at the first page of your textbook, okay, looking at the first page of your textbook, I want you to read this, okay, we can read it together, and let's see how Ammu, Anup, and their dad feel about the car, okay. So we have Ammu and Anup over here, they are twins, okay, and let's see their views about a car. So Ammu and Anup were twins. They went to school in the oldest car in the world. How would you feel if you went to school in a very, very old car? Okay, the front door wouldn't open from inside. Okay, so that's weird, right? It often refused to start, and they'll have to push the car while Pa was at the wheel in front of the whole school. So imagine, okay, your dad comes to pick you up and you just sit, and then the car doesn't start, and then you and your sister have to go, okay, pushing the car. How would you feel, right? And if it's like once in a while, that's fine, but if it's every day, how would you feel? I'm sure you would feel embarrassed, right? The next thing you would be telling your dad, don't bring the car to school, right? Okay, so all our friends make fun of us, they complained, okay? Of course, if even I see somebody pushing a car, okay, that every day, even I would laugh, right? And I'm sure all of you would also, okay? The car is not environment friendly, said Ammu, pushing up her glasses, okay? Means if the car is very, very old, most probably, okay, it gives out a lot of smoke, which is not environment friendly, okay? Nonsense, said Pa. The car has been in our family for forever. We know, said Anup. Let's sell it to a museum. So he tells us to sell it to a museum because the car is very, very old, okay? And we know that a museum keeps old things. So over here, Anup tells his daddy, why don't we sell it to a museum? It's really, really old, okay? Yes, and buy a cool car, says Ammu, okay? So we'll sell the old one and we'll buy a new one, okay? That is something which I'm sure all of you must be telling your parents, right? You want all new things. Then it's a lucky charm, thundered Pa. Means he spoke very loudly, okay, and said that it's a lucky charm, okay. Pa believed that all good things in his life happen because of the car, okay. So the father loves the car very, very much, and he believes it's a very, very lucky car for him because he met Ma, okay, he met the children's mother, his wife, okay, when he was at a petrol pump. Most probably he was putting oil in the car, and that time he met his future wife, or the love of his life, okay, the mother of his children, and that's why he considers this car as a lucky charm, and he loves it very much. And he also believes that all good things in his life happen because of the car. Most probably after he bought the car, his life turned out to be really good. So he believes that it is a lucky car and he loves it very much, okay. So the children over here are very embarrassed. They do not like the car. We can see so many reasons, like their friends make fun of them. The car is not environment friendly, okay. The door would not open. It was the oldest car, okay. They would have to push the car. So the children were embarrassed, but Pa loved the car because he met his wife, and also because all good things started when the car was bought, okay. Ma was reading the newspaper. She didn't say a word. Even Laddu, their over-friendly Labrador, ignored the conversation. The twins had argued with their father a million times earlier, and it always ended the same way. The car was too lucky. So even if they argued, it's no use, okay. Papa is not going to sell the car. He loves the car too much, okay. So your question is, how does Ammu and Anup feel? Okay, so they feel embarrassed, okay, because the car was very old. The front door would not open, okay. There are so many reasons. You can give at least 2 or 3 reasons. And how did their dad? So dad loved the car, okay. Why? Again, the reasons are given here, okay. I hope you understood this part. Now let's go to the next part, okay. Key events in a story. Now before going further over here, I have only read the first page. I would like you to read till the 3rd page, okay. That is page 37, okay. You stop here, take a break, okay. Pause the video, go to your textbook, read the first 3 pages, and then come back, okay. And then come back. So the key events. Now once you come back, I want you to think about the key events in the story, okay. What are the events that push the story forward, okay. So these are your key events. So the first key event is that Ammu and Anup feel embarrassed about the car, okay. They want their father to get rid of the car, but he doesn't want to because he loves this car very much, okay. They decide to use a magic spell to make the car unlucky, okay. They decide to make it unlucky. They ask Jennifer for a magic spell. That is Jennifer, their friend, okay. Anup seems doubtful, but Ammu convinces him, okay. Anup is a little not at all convinced, okay. He feels that no, this magic spell is not going to work, but Ammu says no, it's going to work, okay. And she convinces him. They follow Jennifer's instruction and get a bone to cast the magic spell on the car, okay. So Jennifer tells them to bring a bone and to bury it in their backyard, okay, or in the garage, okay. And then they need to say some magic words. So let's see what happens in the next slide, okay. Now the feeling of the characters, I have already discussed this in the second slide, but we will go about it once again, okay. How are the feeling of the characters? So over here we know that Ammu and Anup, they feel embarrassed, okay. These are the reasons, okay. They need to push the car in front of the whole. It is the oldest car, okay. They say let's sell it to a museum because it's very old. All their friends make fun of us, okay, of them. the car is not environment friendly. So these are the reasons why they feel embarrassed, okay? And Pa loves the car, okay, and he doesn't want to sell it, and these are the reasons, because it is a lucky charm, okay? The car has been in his family for a long time, okay, and he also met the love of his life, his wife and the children's mother, when he was at the petrol pump, okay? So you need to know the reasons, okay, why the characters are feeling this way, okay? Now coming on to our next slide, use of understanding characters' feelings. Now why should I understand their feelings, okay? So if you remember, okay, most of these characters events, okay, they are very very similar to our life also, right? There are some things, if you go and you ask your parents, you may see there are some things that your parents love, right? Okay, my mother, she has a television, okay, which her dad bought when I think she was in the year 75, okay? She was quite a young girl that time, and it is still there. It's broken, but she will not get rid of it. She just keeps it, okay? So you know, parents are like that, right? It's her lucky TV, or it reminds her of her dad. So when we can connect, okay, when we connect to the characters, okay, or we can understand their feelings, then it's more easy for us to understand, okay, because we are connecting our lives to their lives, okay? So it is very important to understand the characters' feelings, okay, through the events in the story, okay? Your parents also may have some things which they love, or you may have some toy or something which you love, okay? So if you can understand the characters, why the characters, okay, feel this way, and you can connect them to your daily life, okay, you will understand the story better, okay? Now coming to your last slide, okay, do you think the magic will solve their problems? Do you think it's going to solve their problems? Now so far they have buried the bone, okay, and what do you feel? Will the car become unlucky, okay, or will it still be the same? What do you feel? So I want you to think about the answer, okay? You don't need to tell it to me. I just want you to think about the answer, and we will be continuing tomorrow, okay? But before I leave, let me just discuss your workbook with you. Okay, we have a couple of minutes left, and let me discuss your workbook. That is S2, Inferring Characters' Feelings. The first one you have is a match, okay? There are some lines and there are also some feelings. You need to match it. It's quite easy. Then the second question is, the car is not environment friendly, said Ammu, pushing up her glasses. Nonsense, said Pa. Okay, so you need to write over here, how did Ammu and Anup's father feel about the car? Okay, so you have to write that he felt happy, he loved the car very much, and you also need to give the reason why he feels this way. And in the second one, okay, you have to write the feelings of, in question number 3, you need to write the feelings of Ammu and Anup, okay? When Pa tried to start the car in the morning, it just wouldn't start, okay? How did they feel? How do you think they feel? I think they would have been over the moon. They felt very, very happy because they thought that now, since the car is not working, most probably daddy is going to buy a new car, okay? So this was your worksheet. If you have any doubt, you can always give me a call, or you can message me, okay? So have a wonderful weekend, okay? Missing all of you guys, okay? Bye bye.